All right. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. All right. I think I got a delay.
Of course you can lie to me. And you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. But Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of
All right,
course
I
you lie to
accept
me. Because
that.
I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you
You
the way I
must.
treat him.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man? Of course you can lie to me. And you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. But Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of
All right,
course
I
you lie to
accept
me because
that.
I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you
You
the way I
must.
treat him.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man? Of course you can lie to me. And you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. But Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
Don't fake it with me. Don't fake it with me. I'm not understanding that. I'm not feeling that. Don't fake it with me. Be for real. Be honest. Be transparent. How y'all doing? I'm Nisha. It's Sunday afternoon, chilling. Decided to go live and talk about uh, being transparent and, you know, with intent. That's the main thing. Being transparent with intent. So I think we're first going to um, get into the definition of transparency of intent in relationships. So, transparency of intent is the practice of openly communicating your motives, desires, and expectations in a relationship. It moves beyond merely telling the truth. It actively prevents misunderstandings, aligns long term goals, and fosters emotional safety by ensuring both partners understand why actions are taken. And I think that's important. And it's a difference between honesty and transparency. So, honesty is reactive. It means answering truthfully when your partner asks a question, and transparency is proactive. It means voluntarily sharing context to ensure your partner feels secure and informed. So, by being transparent with intent, the core benefits: it accelerates trust. When motives are visible, the brain's natural threat response is reduced, allowing emotional intimacy to grow. It minimizes conflict, hidden agendas, or unstated expectations. It breeds suspicion. Stating your intentions clearly eliminate the guesswork. And as you know, we've been talking about relationships a lot lately on different shows, especially Dulcinea. Um, and I love relationship conversations. Um, by being transparent, it aligns goals. Transparent discussions about where the relationship is heading help avoid heartache over mismatched commitments. Healthy boundaries versus oversharing. So, being transparent does not mean emotional dumping or sacrificing privacy. True transparency is thoughtful, grounded, and serves to strengthen the relationship without overwhelming the partner. So, if you can't be honest with someone from the beginning, I think that's a problem. If you can't convey what your intentions are from the beginning, that's a problem. Is it a what is it that makes us dishonest, deceptive? What is it? We look at deception in relationships, and what does that mean? Deception means, well, it involves lying, making up stories, hiding the truth, or misleading someone in some way. It could be harmful to the relationship because it violates your trust. Then someone say, no, it's just a white lie. Um, so we might tell our partner that their joke was super funny, or that their haircut doesn't look bad, but it really do. Can you say it? Can you be subtle about your lies? Would that be a white lie? And another thing, why is a white lie Better than a black lie. I don't know. I don't know. But saying certain things, who is it? I mean, what is it worth? Because you can get into patterns of white lies or subtle lying because it could go past being harmless or just trying to protect someone's feelings. You know, now you're starting to be deceptive. And deception can also involve more serious offenses like cheating, a gaslight. Now you playing on my top. You know good and well that my haircut don't look good. And if you could actually say that to me that it look good and I know it don't, okay, I already see what type of time you on. So can we get away from the deception? Can we get away from the subtle lies, the white lies? Can we get away from all of that and just be for real? It doesn't take much to be honest. It doesn't take much to be open, transparent. It doesn't. You could do that without compromising who you are. And I think that if we practice that more, it will lead to better relationships and not wasting time. Because I don't know about y'all, but we waste so much of time. So much of time. So it's like, who are we cheating? Are we cheating ourselves? Like, seriously, who are we cheating when we're lying? I'm looking for something right quick. But I really don't think that it makes any sense to start off anything new with lies. I remember I was interviewing for this job. I had my resume all nice and crispy and full of lies. Full of lies. Had the interview, had the job, but that Monday that I was supposed to start, I needed to bring my transcripts. Now, back in my day, I used to be able to make those things. But at that moment, I just didn't feel like creating those documents. I didn't. I was done. I didn't feel like doing it. So I had to pass on the position, even though I was hired, because I knew that I would have been starting off this job with a lie. And plenty of people do it every day. But I know that for me, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right to begin something new in my life with a lie. So I kept applying to different jobs with my brand new resume that was accurate. And I landed a good job. And this was years ago, and I'm still here. So we just got to look at what it means to lie, and is it worth it? Is it worth it not to be transparent? And to be honest, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I don't think it's worth it. We have so many people that lies about, like when you first meeting somebody, how does a lie just pop into your head? As far as in the type of work you do, your living situation, how many kids that you have, how many kids that are in your house, how many kids the state has. It's crazy that we put so much energy and time into making up falsehoods. I don't understand it. But I guess to some it's just fine, but not for me. Johnny said it's getting harder to think of an alibi. What all them damn lies? What are we doing? What are we doing? How can we be? How could we say, "Oh, we a real"? Oh, I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga. But if you are, why doesn't your baby mama, your wife, your girlfriend know about the other woman? But you a real nigga though. I don't understand that. I don't understand people's definition of being real. I don't get that. There's no way I can settle for the lies and just be good. How can we say that you're genuine? You can't, because you lying. And everything you do is based in deception. But you claim that I'm a real nigga. That's crazy. He said he taking the house. Oh, sniggle snaggle. Hmm. It ain't back up. Can you hear me? Well, I guess they didn't want to hear my songs about lying. I, oh well. Well, that was like the third song I played, and I also brought up. I don't know if it was. Yeah, I guess it had to be that song, unless they just caught up some. But it is what it is. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. So basically, I was just talking about being deceptive in relationships. And is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to be dishonest from the beginning? Or just a little lie, and you meet somebody at the store, y'all start talking on the phone for a while, and you telling them that you work such and such a place and make this amount of money, and as the time goes by, they realize that you don't make as much as money as you claim that you do make. Then you got to put another lie on that lie. So what are we doing for real with our time when we are dealing with people, when we are interacting? What is the benefit of being dishonest, deceptive, and not being transparent? And like I brought up before, transparency of intent is the practice of openly communicating your motives, desires, and expectations in a relationship. And I think that is what we need to normalize being transparent. We need to normalize being honest. It eliminates a lot of extra BS out of your life, out of the way. It eliminates the need to have to remember the lies. Some women be lying so much they be forgetting how many kids they told this nigga that they had. Damn, did I tell them three or did I tell them four? Because the state got one of them. Did I tell them that these my real color eyes? It's so many lies that we tell on a daily. And sometimes I don't even think that we are conscious of all the lies that we do tell. I don't think that we are. And then you tell some white lies, and you might tell your people that you getting dinner ready and you still laying on the couch. You know, we lie and say that we at the grocery store and we at our homegirl house. Lying about the money that you're bringing in, or the debts that you have, and y'all could be in a committed relationship and getting ready to buy a house, but all before you telling this person that, oh, my credit A1, I got 750, 800. But when you go apply for that mortgage, all of that stuff is going to come to a head. It's going to come out. You got this debt, you got this. So when is it time to divulge your financial uh, situation with people? Are we doing this in the beginning? Are we doing this after a year of dating? When are we doing it? I don't know. As for me, I want to know about your finances like within the first, if not the first day, in the first week. Because I need to know what I'm working with if I'm wasting my time. So if your credit score is 300, but you got all of these ambition, hopes, and dreams, and you're 50 years old with a credit score of 300, that's a problem. So that also shows other issues: bad money management, um, possible gambling problems. Because if you are over the age of 30 with a real bad credit score and not working on it and lying about it, that's a big problem. So now you're gonna wait until you're gonna wait until 6, 7 months in, and then tell me your credit bad as fuck. Like what we doing? We're not talking about this. I don't know. People might think I'm crazy because the conversations that I be having, but I be needing to know on like the first day one, like what we doing, how your credit looking, why is it looking like that? What are you doing to fix it? What we doing? I mean, it's crazy to me to think that you could keep certain things from people. You might as well go ahead and put it out there. Throw it out there, put it on a scale, weigh it, decide if you want to move forward with this person who can't manage their money. At this big old age we still have individuals that can't manage their money properly, got real bad spending habits, and not doing anything about it. I understand a lot of us wasn't taught how to manage our finances properly, but that might have been an excuse when you were in your teenage years, because now we're grown and the onus is on us to be able to manage what we have going on. So I think having open and honest conversations about, especially if you are really feeling this person, y'all vibing, y'all connecting, you have to ask certain questions. And nothing should be um it shouldn't be nothing that y'all can't have a conversation about, especially if there's somebody that you want to move forward with. How can it be, oh, that's too personal? How is that too personal and we plan on sharing our life together? I don't understand that. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to not understand how this person lives. And because you could possibly help them out, but you can't help something that you don't know anything about. They're 45 years old, still living with their mama, and don't have a savings and checking account. That's crazy. But the vibe good, the connection strong, and you've been single for a while, and you're not ready for nobody to come and stay in your house, but they ready to come in. So now you allowing somebody in your house with fucked up credit. They can't manage their money, and you don't even know this 100% because you're not even having the conversations. But instead, you want to have the conversation about what's your favorite color, what kind of food you like to eat. What are we doing? What are we talking about? We're talking about bullshit. We're talking about nothingness. You can find out my favorite food later on. Let me see your my chart. Log on to Credit Karma. Let me see what that's looking like. Let me see what I'm working with before I get too invested. I don't know, man. People say I'm crazy, but I don't think so. I just don't have time for the bullshit. Hey, Savage, Dosey, K Dub, thank y'all for coming in and saying hey for a little minute or two. I don't plan to be on here forever, but you never know. You never know. I had my little lion song that I was playing, but they had done got me for them. So I know I'm gonna have to take them off. You're nothing but a liar, a cheater, deceiver, heartbreaker. I just don't understand. Maybe I'm just too honest. Maybe that's my deal. Maybe I'm just too honest. And then it's like it's crazy because thinking about my life and how I live my life, how I used to live my life. I was the farthest thing from honest when it came down to getting money. But I don't have to live like that anymore. Hold on, it will sound pretty chaotic here. What you mean? I don't understand. Can you not hear me? Am I not coming in clear? Can you not hear me? Am I not coming in clear? Oh no, I just heard myself on my TV. I'm coming in loud and clear. Um, it's just crazy the things that we do on a daily basis, or the things that we lie about on a daily basis, and not even notice it. We type too slow. That's all. Okay, okay. Hey, JB, we type too slow. That's all in my background, but I'll join in a bit. Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. Oh, y'all probably looking at that World Cup. Well, that's something that I have not a zilch of interest in. Not a zilch, not a piece of it, a pitch, a smidgen, a bushel and a peck. None of that. I'm not into it at all. But anywho, back back to really understanding the mental health of people in their lives. My husband was diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar, and he was a kleptomaniac. Whew. But our marriage wasn't bad. I was okay with all of that up until he reconnected with his birth mother. Once he reconnected with his birth mother, what she did to him, it all came back out. It all came back out, and it really mental health is real. It's real, and it's not a joke. And I wish that I was privy to um the real damage that was done, because I think he pushed a lot of that to the side and didn't want to really talk about it. But after him getting reconnected with his birth mother, everything came out, and that's when our relationship went to shit. So asking certain questions in the beginning of a relationship, asking about trauma, asking about um, the relationship with their parents, those things are important in the beginning, not 5 years later in the beginning. Because if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're going to be intermingling with their family also. And you want to know those family dynamics. So you will know if you're going to pass on Thanksgiving and you ain't going to their house with that bullshit. You really need to know a lot of things before getting involved with somebody just because they might spend a couple of dollars. The sex might be A1. It's bigger than that for real. It really is. No, JB, I don't want to play those type of games uh at all, sir. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm not interested in the World Cup, soccer, tennis, I ain't interested in none of that shit for real. Those type of games don't interest me. A whole bunch of people running behind balls. I don't really. I'm not. You know what? As I say that out loud, it's so many games that you play with balls. So who created all of these games where you go around playing with balls? What man created football? A whole bunch of big sweaty men playing with balls. Basketball. You hitting balls in tennis. You kicking balls in football. You throwing balls in basketball. You even hitting one ball to hit other balls in pool. Um, it's a whole. What is the deal with all of these balls? I don't know. But live is different too. But you don't like live events. I don't like live events that is with a whole bunch of people. I don't like big events like that. If I had my skybox and I was in my own little area and not around people, um, I would do that. But I have gone to um uh one job that I had, he did have a we had like a company skybox. So I did participate in live events, but we was in the skybox. So, but if I'm right there with everybody, nah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do that one. The energy in a soccer game is infectious. I don't know about that. Yeah, no, no, because I don't like soccer. It doesn't. I've never flipped through the channels and actually stopped on a soccer game and watched it. I'm not a sports person. I'll look at football. I will do that. And I shoot pool, so I'll look at any billiards game. Um I used to play kickball as a child. I like that. I like swimming. I love to swim. Um my hand-eye coordination is not good when it comes to baseball. I'm not good on that one. So yeah, sports is not my thing. My wife is British, so we support Liverpool. Bad hombre, you know what? You got something to say about every damn thing, I swear. And bad hombre, we've been knowing you now for some years, and you are a trip. I tell you that you are a trip. Your wife is British. Okay. All right, well, good for you. And bad hombre, you making known that your wife is British because I done heard that a couple of times. You making known that you is this lawyer that got all of this money and you stay in this fancy neighborhood and all of this. I don't know. I think some of those are lies. And that's the topic of the show is about being honest and transparent and being transparent with intent. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All I can say, bad opera, is you are consistent with your deception. I'm gonna say that. That's what I'm gonna say. You are consistent with the deception. Um, but yeah, I think that people that just lie just to lie is a piece of shit. You know, that's just what I say. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too honest, you know? I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. So if you guys were in a if you guys were in a club or just restaurant, anything, and you talking with the person that you know, taking out on a date, this is your first real conversation, and they let you know that they are if they were born another sex, would you feel like that information should have been shared before you went on a date? Or you are okay with it being divulged while you are sitting there across from each other? As for me, you need to tell me that as soon as we start talking. That is something that should not be withheld. That's how people get killed for playing with people. That's how things escalate when you could have when the person asks you for your number. Right there at that exchange. Oh, well, thank you. I just want to let you know that I'm trans. I was born this way or that way. And then they'll have the opportunity to be like, oh, I didn't know, and walk away. But if you hold on to that, you don't say that on the first phone call when y'all setting up the date. You don't say that when they coming to pick you up or either y'all meeting there. You don't say that, but you wait. Now you don't order food. Not a check coming. And this information still hasn't been divulged. That's crazy. That's why I say just be upfront. Just be upfront with people and let them decide on how they want to take that information and run with it. Some people are with it, but some people aren't. Hold on, I gotta get my I'm back together. So once again, let me just share what my live is about again for those that didn't see it earlier. Um, so this live is about transparency of intent in relationships. And once again, it's the practice of openly communicating your motives, desires, and expectations in a relationship. It moves beyond merely telling the truth. It actively prevents misunderstandings and it aligns long term goals and fosters emotional safety by ensuring both partners understand why actions are taken. Why? Understand why. What I need from you is understanding. How can we communicate if you don't hear what I say? Ooh, 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 ooh. Listen, we thought we understood what that song meant back then. I swear. It just sounded good and them girls could sing. But how can we communicate if you don't hear what I say? You don't really know me. You just want to do what you want to do. But whose fault is it that he don't really know you? Whose fault is that? Were you transparent in the beginning? Or was you on some mute mouth quiet shit and he and ha ha instead of actually being transparent about who you are, what you want, what you need, what you require? And I think that's hard for a lot of people, men and women, to let somebody know what they require. It's real important to tell somebody what you require. Um, it was something else that I wanted to bring up right quick, and it's real short. But if somebody is not understanding what you require, that's a problem.
A man comes into my life and you have to compromise for what? For what? For what? A relationship is a relationship that has to be earned, not to compromise for. I fall in love with myself and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.
So what are we doing? What are we compromising? And do you think compromising is a part of being in a relationship? Like what are we compromising? What are some things that we have to compromise on? Why is compromising so important? And I don't really think maybe y'all didn't really feel what she said. Let me just run that back right quick because that's really important because sometimes we lose ourselves in these relationships, man. So it's like,
My life and I have to compromise. You must think about that one again. A man comes into my life and you have to compromise for what? For what? For what? A relationship is a relationship that has to be earned, not to compromise for. I fall in love with myself and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.
so Bad Ombre, you said that she died angry and alone. How do you know? Were you there? Were you there when she passed angry and alone? Were you right there with her? But I think that is another way of looking at life, because if you do so much of compromising in a relationship, is it really worth it? And eventually you might re resent that person that you are doing all of this compromising for. What is all of these compromises that uh that we're doing, and why? To appease the other person? Why can't we have what we want? Is it hard to get what we want, what we truly desire out of a relationship? Is it really difficult? Or do we always have to compromise? Do we always have to get the short end of the stick? Do we always have to maybe dumb down who we are for the other person? Do we always have to jump through hoops? And why? Like, seriously, why? Oh, you was there? Oh yeah, I figured that much. Bad Ombre. I figured you was there. She got ran through by Brad. Who the hell is Brad? Anyway, um, what is all this compromising, and why would we have to take away from who we are in order to say that we're in this relationship? What's wrong with saying this is what I want? What is what you want? And if those two things don't align, and what you want and what I want don't align, then we don't need to be together. If it don't fit, don't force it. But I think so many times that we force things that shouldn't even, it doesn't even go together. That's where you have all of these compromises. You want 4 kids, I don't want any. Why am I gonna stay with you? Why are we gonna even get together? These are things that must be talked about in the beginning. Or you have, if a woman says that she's barren, she can't have any kids. Oh, but I love you anyway, honey, and it's okay, and we don't have to have any kids. We are a family. We're gonna be together forever. But then it's a void with this man because he want to be a father. But he done told this lady that it's okay, you can't have kids. I love you regardless. And not just she can't have kids, she don't want them. But he do. Now he's compromising. Now it's a void. Now he's resenting you after a couple of years. So now he cheats and get this woman pregnant. Now he want to leave because now he see himself in a family. What he wanted. But he could have saved himself headache, heartache, pain if he never compromised, backed out of the whole thing from the beginning, and left it alone and found somebody that was more aligned. And this is what I be talking about mind games people play, and it's like, for what though? For what? Does it really make sense? Brad is the white man? Oh, okay. Okay. I got it. I'm not gonna say she died angry and alone though. I'm not gonna say that because we wasn't there and we don't know. She could have died at peace. And when you start living for yourself and living and getting what you want out of this life, you will be at peace. And that starts with being transparent and honest in the beginning. Okay. I see it's a couple of people hanging around. If y'all want to hit the link, y'all can hit the link. I pinned it. But it's really, really sad to see people that have wasted so much of time. Wasted so much of time in their life because of a facade. Because of somebody else's fantasy. Somebody else's dream and not theirs. They can't live in their truth because of how it might look to other people. That's crazy. That's crazy to allow the opinions of others to dictate how you live your life. But it happens every day. It happens every day. Hold on, y'all. My mouth dry. Yeah. I mean, it really does. It happens every day that people can't be themselves. It really does.
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
But let's make enough movies.
Yeah.
I am not black enough to be considered black, and I'm not white enough to be considered white, and therefore I don't fit in anywhere. And I don't think I ever want to fit in. I want them to fit into me.
Did you leave Hollywood? Why did you leave
Nobody for me to play with.
Hollywood? And what about the movies? We could have seen you in more movies. You didn't make enough movies, did you? Why not?
It's not a matter of, well, let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
But let's make enough movies.
Yeah.
I am not black enough to be considered black, and I'm not white enough to be considered white, and therefore I don't fit in anywhere, and I don't think I ever want to fit in. I want them to fit into me.
I don't know. I think I just like abstract thinking and people that does not conform to any type of social norms. I respect that. I guess I don't like followers. Like especially like in this community, is so many people that follows on some people's ever lasting lingering word, and it's crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't know. I just, you know what, it's really hard to meet someone that is genuine. It's really hard to meet someone that is honest and transparent and not coming with bullshit. And when you do meet that person, you have found a jewel. But damn, man, Aubrey, why is she a bitch? Like, what's the problem? If that's a fake accent, that she been doing that her whole life. So I don't really understand. I don't really understand. But it's not. Listen, the point of this live was to speak about transparency of intent. And I hope that people can grasp, GRASP. Y'all know what I'm saying. Grasp, grasp, grasp it. Anyway, I don't know why I can't say that right. Grasp, 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 grasp. I don't know. That's messing with me. Grasp. Um, I just hope people can get that and understand that it is really the best policy just to be honest and straight up. You save yourself a whole bunch of headaches. You save yourself a whole bunch of wasted time if you just straight up and honest. If you see something, say something if you want something. Why not? Why not? And this really goes for the women because what I realized within the last couple of weeks that we really been talking about relationships is that a lot of women don't go for what they want. They wait. And to me, that's crazy. And that don't make too much sense to me. You should, if you see something, say something. Why not? I don't know. It's just a lot of. He could be interested, but you know what? Another thing is, it's a whole bunch of different scenarios to this shit, right? So just say that you guys are in a store and you see this man that you are attracted to. He's in the store, but he's not really saying anything to you because he pissed off right now because he taking this bitch that he was messing with. He about to take her to the bus station. She in the car. So all he want to do is grab him some Black and Miles so he could calm down and drive that bitch to the bus station. But you don't know that though. You don't know what's going on in his life. And he really not on that type of time mentally to wink at you or speak. He not on that type of time right now. But this might be somebody for you. But you might say, if you don't say nothing like anything light or hello, how you doing, this, that, and the other, and he hear a sweet, beautiful voice, it might turn that frown upside down. You just never know. Instead of not saying anything because he don't look interested, shit, he got a lot on his mind right now. He got a lot on his mind right now. He not even thinking like that. Even though you might be his type. Just say you is his type. And he interested. But he got to go and drop off this simple bitch right now. All he want to do is get her gone. Send her back home to her mama. But you don't even want to speak to the man. You don't even want to say hello. You don't even want to say you dropped something out your pocket. And he look down and you say, it's me. That's so cute. But you don't even want to say anything. You just want to wait. Now you done got in this other relationship that's not healthy, not good for you. And then you see the same man a couple of months later. Now he's doing good. He's thriving. He's breathing better. He looking better. He done got this old headache out of his life. And he see you. And he was like, oh, I saw her a couple of months ago at the store. But I ain't even had time to talk to her. Now he coming at you. And this could be the one. But you ain't even never say hey to the man. Damn. Now you stuck. Like Chuck. In some bullshit because you didn't say shit. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Y'all be doing things and wasting time. I don't understand. You never know what could be for you. It ain't always gonna drop in your lap. That's just like me playing the lottery. I'm not gonna win the lottery if I don't play the shit. If I don't get up, go to the store, put my numbers in, I have no chance of winning the lottery. None, zero, zilch. Because I'm not taking the initiative to play the game. So if you don't take the initiative, sometimes it's not you being thirsty or you want to see if a man is checking for you. No, it's just about taking chances and to see what could be. That's what it's about. And why not? Why not take chances? So let's see what this guy is talking about.
and the kind of person you want to become. And then look for someone whose life naturally grows alongside of yours, where what comes from you nourishes them and what comes from them nourishes you. Build a life that feels true to who you are, what you value, and the kind of person you want to become. And then look for someone whose life naturally grows alongside of yours, where what comes from you nourishes them and what comes from them nourishes you.
Okay, I could smoke a little bit of that, and really, that's just being yourself. That's being authentic, and that's not being. You're not trying to force anything. You don't
Hey,
need to.
Nisha. Sorry.
Hey,
I've
hey,
been trying to
Dusty.
join afterwards, but then my computer be tripping. But yes, it's a great topic. I've enjoyed it so far. I don't agree about everything, but let me say it like this, because I because I definitely agree. Honesty is the best policy, right? But to me, honesty and transparency aren't the same. They like
Right.
cousins. But do you agree there's some people that may not deserve transparency, that you should withhold transparency for those that deserve it?
I don't deal with them though because I can tell you. I could. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and if I say this, then you know what I'm talking about. There are people in your life that does not deserve transparency. They don't deserve to know everything about what's going on. I do agree with that. So with those people, I deal with them differently. I'm not going to expect nothing from them because I'm not giving nothing to them. So yeah, some people that
Right.
it's really
But
like
then
fuck
there's
them.
that trial period of just gotten to know which one are you, like you said in the beginning. I was telling JB, because he was like, what, when would they have time to say they trans before the motherfucking date? Because it's different if you're in the club. I'm not saying make an announcement, hey, I'm trans, in the club, but before the date, before the physical date, yes, you had time because we've exchanged numbers, all this other stuff. Now that deserves you saying what's up. So it's like this trial period in the beginning of being like, okay, I'm gonna withhold these things so I can get to know you, and then I'll see like where you lie.
I okay. I could really only speak about this one person in my life, right? And what I could say about that person where I chose not to be transparent is because I saw how they moved with other people before I got in the mix. So that right there was already a stop sign for me. I could only say but so much. So I only gave so much. But I paid attention to how they interacted with other people, and I saw the bullshit, and I knew that I didn't want no parts of that before I actually got in a quote unquote relationship with this person.
Yeah, and I can see that, and yeah, it's kind of like, I think that's a major, seeing how they interact with other people, how they're dealing with other people. Definitely can show you if you want to deal with them or not. Even how I would say how consistent they are with other people, or how consistent they are with you.
Right, right, right. I just think that like if you don't have anything to go off of, then me, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lose anything. But if you already done showed me something already, then I know that I know better. So I think it's just about like if you just a random person that you meeting, that conversation, and I go back to speak about the first interactions, the first conversations that you are um having is very, very important. And people say, well, you can't, because we had this conversation before on Untrampled Minds, and we talked about, like what are we talking about on the first date? To me, I'm talking about everything. I want to know. I want to know because that is gonna tell me if it's gonna be a second time we interact, or this is just gonna be it. I want
And
to.
okay, I don't know. But I'm just gonna assume. I guess to me, like maybe that evolves over time and it comes back circular. I feel like I've taken my chances. Now I'm more reserved. That's for a girl that's younger. But for me, I'm always gonna assume first date. I'm never gonna assume. Oh, you told me everything this time. I'll ask questions, but I still won't even be like, okay, that's the full answers to the questions.
I get it, and I'm not expecting your whole life story on the first go around. I'm not expecting that, but there are some things that I would need to know about you on the first date. I want to know if you've been incarcerated for what. I want to know that because I don't want to be dealing with a pedophile. That's just not what I choose to.
But see, it's a question like that like, okay, if he's trying to act hard, he gonna say something different. Or if he is a PDF file, he gonna be like, oh, traffic tickets, but he ain't gonna indulge into that. So it's like that's a question that you're not gonna get honesty with.
I'm getting first and last name though. I'm looking you up. Y'all don't get first and last names on the first date.
So you stay with it already in the background, and then you like, let me say birthday here.
You breaking up, Dulcie.
I'm saying you in the background.
Oh no, I don't hear you.
Sure, disconnected. Battery fully charged. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I said, what are you background already on the first date?
Yes. Yes. I want to know. I
So
want to
okay,
know what you.
transparency. Are you gonna tell him that you already ran his background? Or are you gonna ask him questions first?
No, because I want to see what your character like. So no, I'm gonna ask you the question first. I ask you the question. You honest, you straight up. Okay, we can move forward. But if if I already know done ran you, and I see that you on some sexual deviancy crimes, then I'm not even gonna talk to you further. It's not even nothing there because um no, because you're gonna try to make it light and it ain't really happen like that. But why are you even getting yourself in those type of situations? So I'm not even gonna give you the room to try to clean it up. That's just not something that I want to deal with. But no, I'm like seriously, I want your name. And if somebody got a problem with giving it to you, and some people might, then I just move on.
right. Your name should be given before a date for sure. You should know the person's name.
Hell
Like that's
yeah, and
not too
some
far
people,
to embarrass me.
right, right. I mean, like, how you gonna be going out with somebody and you don't even know their name? They named this Lil J. Lil J.
That umbrella asked, how would you gauge if they said that they were innocent?
A lot of people gonna say that they're innocent, but just for the sake of conversation, I'll entertain it and I'll ask you what happened. And the story, just by hearing their story, just by hearing what happened, and then just by asking certain questions, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. And it's really nothing to say about a 13-year-old, a 8-year-old. It's really nothing that can say, because you know when you look it up, it's going to give you it might not give you the actual age, but it'll say under a certain age, like under 14 or something like that. So why you got dealings with people under that age anyway? I don't give a damn what could you say? Yeah,
That was my stepdaughter.
that was your stepdaughter.
Was my stepdaughter. Me and my ex had a bad breakup and everything like that, and then that was her getting back at me.
Your stepdaughter said you did something to her.
Let me see what the state. What is it? Because I mean, this is a play they play. I don't think you would be able to see who does the statement unless you really, really look into the case and everything. So let's say he said, no, she never made a statement. My ex is the one that made the statement.
I just think that is, and guess what? It could probably, sometimes it could probably be true that the child lies, because kids lie all the time. People could push them up to say certain things. I do understand that, but I don't even want to be involved with somebody that
All
has,
that shit is around, right? There's all that you
yeah,
got going on.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just too much. I don't even want none of that. You could be innocent, but it's too messy for me, and I don't like
Matt
mess.
Hombre said he represented a guy who ex put kitty porn on his PC, and damn, that sucks for him. But yeah, I'm not dating him.
Right. I mean, there's some treacherous people out here. It really is. But it's like you really have to be careful on who you deal with. You really have to be careful with who you deal with, for real. It is not a joke.
Yep, it's not. Cause even I didn't see that till recently, but the Rashad Jamal thing that now the girls from his, I don't even know what to call it. You know, they be like, this my wife, but it really be girlfriends, baby mamas, who knows. But anyways, of his current significant other, her daughters or her daughter has now come out and said that he was doing the same thing to her. But I think she's with her aunt, the sister. So that's where she was able to make the statement about it happened to her too. But yeah, that's another thing. Us, everybody's going with this lie. Everybody lying. Like, yeah, nah, I'm not with
Right.
that.
No, and
That's
that's
how I
why.
feel about Cosby. Sorry, guys. Everybody can be lying.
No, it's some truth to it. It's going to be some truth to it. Even if you are, what if, even if you are, just say if you never actually penetrated, but fondled or touched or brushed up against, that's too much. That's just too much. And it's
Yeah, anything is too much for sure.
yeah, it's I don't know. It's just I don't some people got some
Like
weird
even Clay
fetishes.
wrestling, that's what they said that he would do. He would be like, "Oh, I'm just wrestling the kids." Like, no. To me, it's too much, even for a mom to be like, "You letting your boyfriend wrestle your daughters?" Like, some stuff just be too much.
And see, a lot of times that be the fault of the woman. Just say I'm talking about like far as a boyfriend or a stepdaddy type situation. You bringing people around your daughters too quickly, just to say that you have a man in your life. They are introduced to your daughters too quickly. Because some men have a fetish for young girls and
I think
virgins.
there's a desperate aspect to all the women that fall for that Rashad Jamal polite type essence. No offense to the women that did, but I think it's I don't know, you're missing. I feel like maybe you're missing something in your actual life where people aren't showing you appreciation as they should, or something where some person's able to get on the internet and say, you're a goddess, and you fall head over heels with that shit. And it's usually a lame ass nigga. In real life, you would not let this nigga talk to you. You'd be like, this nigga weird. But on the internet, people be letting weird, lame niggas say things that really entice them. I don't know. That's how I feel about the situation.
I just don't be understanding. Um, how could you allow people, men, around your kids so soon? You haven't vetted them. You don't know where they're from. You don't know their people. You don't know anything, and now you could come and stay with me.
Savage. He said, "Say what? Have you ever seen videos from Rashad Jamal, Nisha?
I don't know who that is.
He was like the one after. He's another. I don't know if he was a fully Nawabian type, but it's basically all the same York chiefs. It's all them niggas. But he one of them Nawabian types or York types, and he was the latest that got convicted of that messing with little girls with his girlfriend, whatever the configurations, children. But if you go back to the videos, Lord have mercy, this nigga lame. He lame as hell. It's like, really? All you women fell for this? Because I know you wouldn't give this the time of day in real life. I know. They be on the internet crying lames like this. But because he said, oh, you are all goddesses now, he's not lame anymore in our standards. Come on now.
Oh, okay. I'm skimming through right now. I see who you're talking about. Yeah, that's wild. And oh, you know what? I remember Dusty. I remember when we was on Unscrabble Minds and we was talking about if we want to be called goddesses and shit like that. And me and you was the only one that said no, don't call us none of that shit. Everybody else was with it. But I hate that. Don't even text me good morning beautiful. Good morning queen. Good morning. Don't do that. I don't like that shit so fake to me. You know, shit. You text me. I hope you have a good day today. Just some regular shit. Don't be on that goddamn type of time. Um Grand
Right, because
Rising Queen.
you're doing too much at that point. Exactly. And I think that's what I said. It doesn't feel, unless I know that's really your personality, it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like a script that you woke up and 15 bitches, Grand Rising Queen, Grand Rising Queen, Grand Rising Queen.
Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Don't hear that shit. Nigga, just say have a good day at work or some shit and call it a day. You ain't gotta do all that extra shit. Uh Grand Rising and I don't say good morning because morning means sorrow and all of this extra shit. I hate that shit. Nigga. I don't like that. All this goddess shit and queen and all of this shit. I don't have to put nothing in front of who I am because I know who the fuck I am. I'm Nisha.
Exactly. It is who I am. I don't need all of that. But that's where I'm like, I don't know, not to down, because it's not that I don't have respect for some of the women that I know personally have fallen for that type shit. But I'm just saying, like, to me, it's indication of something. Some gotta be missing for you to fall for that shit. I'm sorry.
It is, and a lot of times it's like where like who raised you for real? Because regardless of how far we might stray, we're only going to go but so far if our foundation if we were raised right. Now we gonna stray off and do our own thing, but the foundation is there, and we ain't gonna be falling for all of that okie dokie bullshit and and just for somebody to say something cute to you and now your panties wet. Who? What? What? I don't understand that. I don't understand. I think people have done put down one religion and picked up another one
That's how it will
and
always be, because there's something innate in people that need it. It's like the whole when we were young, they played that documentary of the basically like a indigenous um, primitive person that end up worshiping the Coke bottle and taking the Coke bottle wherever he went or whatever. It's like there's something innate in us that wants that higher, something higher than us, anything like that. But yeah, I think, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, come on, the okey doke. And I think when it comes to being aroused by someone, it should be aroused by who they are, not by the things they're saying to you. To me, that's what, when you're showing that something's missing, you're missing that validation, or you feel like you need to get that validation outside of yourself.
yeah, and I do think that I guess how I look at it is I never you said innate, but I don't ever feel like there is something greater than me outside of myself. And for those that do think like that those are the most easily susceptible to bullshit because they're always looking outside of themselves for the validation, for completeness, for the wholeness, instead of realizing this it's already in you, but you ain't tapped in. I don't know. You got to be tapped in, man. Tapped into you. I think I'll laugh at a nigga. He's a good morning queen or grand rising queen. Nigga, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't know. That's just a lame. That's lame nigga shit to me. That's some lame
And it
nigga
is.
shit. Cause you ain't been saying this shit 15 years ago.
Most of them saw Avenue online, and then boom. But bitches fell for that lame ass shit, and yes, y'all are bitches for that.
No savage. I don't want no grand rising. No. Mm-mm. No. I don't want no black queen shit. No. I don't want none of that. My name is Nisha. That's the name I had my whole life. It ain't no fake name. It ain't no made up name. It ain't no AKA. It ain't none of that. I'm fucking Nisha. And that's what it is. It ain't none of that shit. Sure. I don't know. I think that people just play games. You know.
What's up, Nish? What's up, Bush?
Hey, Doug.
Hey K Dub.
How y'all doing?
Great.
Good. I like that picture of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just slid through. I've been in and out, so I don't really know. I know you were the main thing, Nisha, is motherfucker play too much. What the business is.
Oh yeah, that is a nice picture. You are so pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. All these folks on the internet say I'm fat and ugly.
Oh fuck them.
And you not.
Right. I probably got a little mom pooch or whatever, but I'm not fat. Come on. Even if I was, yeah.
That's what I say. Shit, I've been fat my whole life. It ain't. I'm not taking no GLP-1s. I'm not taking none of that shit. I got damn. I eat right, and I let that shit be it. I don't have no high blood pressure. I ain't got no diabetes. I ain't got none of that shit. I just got fat.
Yeah. I don't know. Folks that be tripping. I ain't taking. My friend tried to get me to take a GLP-1. I said, God, please. You don't get the hell out of my face and take this shit. I'm gonna be chew myself in the stomach and taking no pill. Not for that. Hell yeah.
No, that shit crazy, man.
Hell yeah.
That
Hell
shit crazy. No, just the basis of the little live is I wasn't planning on staying on too long, but
yeah.
just the basis of it, just just being transparent of what you want from people when y'all when y'all talking.
Yeah.
It's the stage of talking, and at that stage where yeah, we talking, then you shouldn't just be talking about bullshit. You should be talking about real shit and goddamn seeing if y'all on the same page. Because if y'all ain't on the same page, then you wasting time.
Yeah. That's the
the time to set the foundation for whatever the relationship is. And most folks just like to get caught up in the Hollywood cinema bullshit. They ain't really focusing on the real shit, you know?
But I
Church
was
is
gonna
so
say they get caught up because maybe the first thing is to be transparent with yourself, and that's what people don't want to be real with themselves. So of course they don't
Mm,
want to be real with others.
mm. Yeah, you got to be honest with yourself first and foremost. First and foremost, and it's like, and you know what? When you really spend time alone with yourself, and you, we are still learning. We are still learning things about ourselves. Ain't nobody got it all together, and you realize, like, if you don't had a bad relationship, the last three relationships been some bullshit, then you get that time to not be in a relationship only with yourself, and then you might be able to pinpoint some things where why it be some bullshit because your tolerance for this certain thing might be low as fuck, but you've been lying, trying to compromise with the other person, and knowing good and well you ain't able to do it. Shit, fuck that shit.
Yep. You brought up like the trans as an extreme example in dating, but think about like that. It's the example of why they don't want to say that they were born the opposite sex because they don't want to be real with themselves. I feel this way, so I am this way, and I shouldn't have to tell you I'm anything else. Like, yeah, you do,
Yeah,
because
you do.
transparency is you weren't born the way you feel. So you have to be transparent about those things. But yeah, I think people just don't want to live in that reality of whatever they don't like.
you know what you just said, Nisha, about motherfuckers, you say you can deal with it, and all the while you lying. You know, I'm young, but that's one of the lessons I learned early. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, you say you can take it knowing damn well you over there foaming at the mouth because this motherfucker. Yeah, no, I learned to not do that. Just that's a part of telling the truth. Just let them know. Like, if you can't deal with it, you can't deal with it. Move on. I
Yep.
have to learn that, you know. And then I had to learn. wh- I, I before I got to that point of I ain't gonna deal with it. Why can't I deal with this? What is it?
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem with this? I figured out. All right, cool. I just can't deal with it. That it just ain't in me. I can't even make myself have it in me to deal with this. So, hey, it is what it is. Now, if I love you, I'll try my best to acquiesce to you if I love you. But if I see that it's changing me from being me at the core, nah, I gotta back out. That's I'm disrespecting myself and you at this point. So yeah, let me go on, slide out the way. We'll let you slide up out this thing. Going on by my beard.
It's about a lot of wasted time, man. And if you look, and I guess I just be on time so much because that's the only constant we can't change is time. We
Yeah,
can't get that back. We can't manipulate it. We can't. So it's no way in this world that I'm gonna allow for someone just to keep playing with my time like that.
yeah,
I'm doing it to myself. I'm playing with myself by allowing you to play with me.
yeah, and that ain't right. And if I say I love myself, I ain't right either. I need to quit this shit. So yeah, I feel you. And you know, the older I get, and I'm gonna be honest with you, losing, it shouldn't take this, but this is what it took for me. Losing people close to me, losing people as a child, that's one thing. But once you become an adult, it's kind of hit different. Like, damn. you ain't never coming back. So when that happens, it's like motherfucker that you thought you want you they won't be around forever. Now you know in the back of your mind, like I know this ain't forever, but you don't never think, damn, I can't pick up the phone and call you, you know? But that's what made when once that started happening, that's why I stopped playing with folks. Like you ain't finna play with my time. Nigga, I done lost folks that I can't never speak to no more. I ain't finna play with you. I'm not finna play with you. And go ahead.
No, go
You
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, uh, most people just don't take life serious. I think they forget the plight of what the hell really going on here. And it causes them to waste time. It's cool to waste time as a child, as a teenager. But once you get grown, come on now, bro, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. What we wasting time for?
Hmm.
You do know you die at the end of this, right? You do know this, right?
Right. And then you be 70, 80 years old if you make it that far, having so many regrets because your ass didn't live your damn truth.
Yeah. And a prime example of that for me would be my grandmother. You know that shit we was talking about, Dulcie, like you gotta find your purpose outside of being a wife, outside of being a mother. My grandma talked to me all the time about, I know you a young mother, I know it's a lot, but please focus on you, get your footing in. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you empty, what you expect to give your kids? You ain't gonna give them shit. You just gonna be depleted. And so, like with my grandmother, it's I don't want to say it's resentment, but she recognized like time that she wasted. Now at 70 some years old. And I'm not saying that like my grandma just lived a terrible life, but she see where she could have chose free will and actually lived instead of living for other people. And
Yeah.
now the people that you live for, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a
Hmm.
damn about you. The people that you done sacrificed and did all this shit. But I ain't talking about just your kid. Talking about your sister kids. Like you did it just off of, cause that's you. But it's just like you did it because that's just you. You're not looking for anything in return. But you would think in a perfect world that people would honor the bridge that carried them across. But nah, not these motherfuckers these days. They get what they can get and get the fuck out the way. And you can't blame them for that. That's them. Just be mindful. Be mindful. But yeah.
Be mindful and know what's important and know what really matters because a lot of things that we stress about and worry about, it don't even matter for real.
No, you know that thing we were talking about, how all these women they do all this shit in hopes of giving a man just for some bitches like us to come through. Like, yeah, bitch, you did all that for nothing. Yeah, that right there, that's a part of it. Motherfuckers, you doing shit for other folks and not yourself. Like that's crazy. Do it for you, not nobody else. Crazy.
Right. Right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I mean,
Hmm.
I guess kid get jiggy with a lot of the shit that girl be saying because it don't even sound like real, and it never is her. It's always her friends. So that's suspect like a motherfucker to me. It's never you. It's just always your friends and the single people that you talk to and all of this and all of
It ain't
that.
never you.
Right. I don't know about that shit. That
I
shit they
don't know about
crazy.
that either. I don't know about that either.
Yeah, that shit they crazy and it's crazy.
And my whole thing is, look, I got single friends. I got whole friends, married single friends, all type of shit. I can't speak on none of the shit that they go through. I don't even try to. I don't even try to. I'll try to. I might relate to y'all a story or something from my best friend, from my sister or some shit. But other than that, I can't. I'm not gonna sit up here and go, oh, this is what the men are doing. I can't tell you what I'm not experiencing. I ain't experiencing that shit. That's not to say that it's not going on, but that's not my reality, so I can't tell you. And I ain't gonna sit up here and try to defend it either, because I don't know nothing about it.
Mm-mm. It ain't my reality either. I don't even know these bitches.
Be
I don't
real.
even know them bitches that always come, always saying that they got this going on. They can't find no nigga. Then it's you, bitch.
Yeah, yeah, it's you. And then some of them are, oh, I don't want a man right now. No, bitch, this ain't it. Don't no nigga want to deal with you and all that shit. You got what they would call the complete package. But what are you outside of that? You know, people don't. That's the thing. People don't know they self outside of it. Like I ain't like I'm into telling girls younger than me or even my age, like, yeah, go for the career, the degree, whatever it is you wanting. But when you done with that, or while you going through that, make sure you finding you too at the same time, because going to school and all of that, that's just one facet of you. What are you outside of it? Because again, like we said the other day, niggas don't give a fuck about none of that. I mean, the niggas I deal with don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't know about these other niggas. And niggas ain't just got to the point where they like that Dove girl. She was like where they acting like the female, which I don't agree with that. Niggas have always have standards. They gonna fuck anything, but niggas have always had standards. I don't know what the fuck y'all get this from. Like niggas just going, not again. Men will be men, but sometimes niggas just acting like females, and niggas have always been like that. Like niggas have always had standards. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. It's you women who lower your standards for these niggas.
Uh, man, it's crazy, man. I just think it's a lot of talking points that don't even make sense.
Talking points that they get from a damn podcast. I don't even know these folks. Just I don't know. It sounds surface level to me. And I know people go through surface level shit, but this ain't my crowd of people. Them ain't my crowd of people.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't grown up or gone through stuff. Like I didn't put out. I'm not gonna put out the person that said it, but I
Hey,
heard
fool.
someone say that's older than me. Like I've never been heartbroken before in life. And to me, like I'm like, damn, that just means, and you ain't been through shit because you're assuming heartbreak just means romantically, like a nigga broke your heart or anything like that. But if you've been through shit in your life, you've been heartbroken before. You just can't.
Man, shit. My best friend that I love dearly, she broke my heart. She mended it, but she broke my heart. Nigga, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can't no nigga really break my heart. Can't now that yeah, can't no nigga really break my heart. Now with my friend, that shit that kind of caught me off guard. And like I said, she mended it, so it's cool. But anybody else, you now these days you can't break my heart because what I gave is what I gave. And if it just so happened you ain't feeling it no more, cool. Might be a little bittersweet, but heartbroken. Nah, but don't these folks that be like 30 plus, 30 plus and up, and they never went through shit, especially relationship wise. Oh man, them be the worst. Them be the worst. Like, bitch, what? Just sit up here crying over this nigga for. It's plenty other niggas out here. I bet you he ain't crying over you.
Huh. Man, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy how so many games be played in the pursuit of being in a relationship. And I just think that if we stop with the games and just be ourselves, and if you're yourself, and if that person like irritate your spirit, then you already know this ain't who you should rock with, and just move on from there.
People keep trying to use that. What's the saying? Like opposites attract.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. No, 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 no. Nigga, if you fire and I'm water, what the hell you think gonna happen? We ain't gonna never be able to coexist. um, Water and oil don't mix. They are opposites for the reason for a reason. Um,
I'm telling you,
mm-mm.
you get water in your engine and see what happens.
Duh. And what you just said about people being themselves, I think that's the thing. People don't know themselves, especially these days, and that shit is scary. People don't know themselves. They don't even get themselves time to know themselves. They know themselves based on a internet persona that they trying to give off. They not living in reality. They can't be themselves because they don't know themselves. You going, with talking points from other folks on the internet. You ain't even why you talking about that and you ain't lived it? That's stupid.
Silly rabbits.
It's so freaking, and it's so crazy. You say silly rabbit. I'm looking at the rabbit in my backyard.
I don't understand, man. I think the I think the older that you get, and I know I'm gonna speak this for me. The older that
Yeah.
I get, I realize that I use my can of fuck it all the time. I don't care nothing about a lot of shit. I don't, because it's not important.
Damn, Misha, that's crazy. I just yeah, baby. Okay. What was I finna say? I was watching this TED talk, and I implement this in my life now. The white girl, she was like, your fuck bank. Do you have any fucks to give in your fuck bank? If you ain't got none in your fuck bank, don't even try. I said, damn, I gotta use that. So at the end of the day, I'd be like, did you really go fuck about that? No. Okay, well you keep that fuck in the fuck bank. You not in the negative with your fucks to give. But most of the time, yeah. If it ain't moving none in my real life, I really don't care nothing about it. I think that, yeah, that's the other thing. Folks care too much about shit that ain't got nothing to do with them. Mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business, because I don't know. I don't know. It just shit just don't
Do you
move me.
think do you think people have overcomplicated this shit? And that's why we at where we at with a lot of these conversations.
Hell yeah! Everything is overly complicated and gotta be all intricate and got to use these big words all the fucking time and all of this shit, man. For what?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Telling you folks don't know how to be themselves no more. They get going. Hey son, chill out. They going by whatever is on the app. Whatever on the Facebook app, whatever on the Instagram, the TikTok.
Mm,
Folks, first thing they do when they wake up in the morning, grab their goddamn phone.
mm.
They can't tell you the first thought that they smoke, but they ain't thinking.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I wake up and I be trying to
So I
remember
don't
my
know
dream.
if we overcomplicated just dealing person to person relationships, or if it just got overcomplicated because of just the different configurations, the different motivations people have, like all that tends to overcomplicate it because you could be wanting something from a woman, for instance, and that woman just wants attention. So here you are trying to appease this woman that don't even like you, that just like attention, or like this man just wants, I don't know, just wants your money, and you're trying to over appease him, and he's just looking for your money. So I don't know. I feel like it just so much has happened. Plus, the access has definitely changed these days, where things get way more complicated. Where it was just simple, you met the girl next door, the guy next door. You didn't like it, you went to the street.
I mean,
Right. That's like Carl and his statistics and his ideology on this pimping shit. And that's crazy to me. And that's why I asked him, like, why are you so infatuated with the pimping world, but you're not a pimp? Like that's
uh,
not that's crazy to me.
I think it's a Memphis thing. Memphis is known for that. Like I know I've met niggas from Memphis, and I've just been like, I'm good on that, just because the thought process of what Memphis is. But I don't know. We just
blah
yeah.
blah 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 blah.
I don't know. I mean, one of my top five rap groups is from Memphis, and of
Listen,
course they had us on A-Ball and
Don't they talk
MJG.
about pimping?
Well, yeah, they
yes,
do. Yes, they do. They do. Yes, Space
my
Age pimps.
eight
Yeah,
8 Ball and MJG is my favorite too. What you know about 9 member meeting?
child, I know everything about it. Shit, I was raised
Yeah.
off of 8 Ball and MJG. What you talking
Yeah.
about?
Me too, Nisha. Shit.
Oh, you know what? Because of your parents is my age.
Yep, that what it is. Hell
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Yep. See, my grandma and granddaddy weren't going for this shit. But my mama and my daddy, I knew when I got in the car with them what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
GK, 8 Ball, all that shit. Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Devin
Hell,
the Dude, Ghetto Boys, all that shit.
hell yeah. That's my type of music there.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
type of music.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah. Uh, yeah, the pimping is a thing in Memphis. I can't really speak on that. I'm just gonna say pimping in the South, period. But again, what we said is what we said. Well, we know pimping and horn the beat, no Hollywood shit. That ain't love. And we ain't talking about no gorilla pimping, none of that. No matter how you put it, that's not that's not love. And I respect it coming from Nisha because Nisha didn't, I respect it from Nisha and Dawson. I don't mean to say it like that, but you get what I'm saying. Like Nisha didn't, what it is to love and lose love. So I'm gonna listen to you. Like she know what love is. And I get it from his standpoint, what he said when I asked him what is love. He said the bitch staying in pocket. Okay, cool. I accept it. But at the same time, that's not love. You looking for loyalty. Now is that a facet of love? Some would say yeah. But you can be loyal to somebody and not give a damn. Not no love whatsoever. You just let them motherfuckers do what they
Right,
want to
because
do.
it's like what you said, it's transactional. And as soon as it's transactional, it's not love like that. Love is freely given. Transactional means, hey, I'm giving you this loyalty as long as you're taking care of these things. Not that it can't be a commitment that is sustaining. That's what he keeps projecting, like that's love. As long as it's a commitment and it's sustaining, it's love. No, you can have a commitment and it be sustaining, but that doesn't make it love. Love is
Yeah.
specific.
And people, and then that whole thing of squares won't understand. Nigga, I don't look at love from what would deem a square point of view. I ain't no lovey dovey shit. You talking about intimacy. When you talking about lovey dovey, that's what you talking about. When you talking about love, love ain't all shits and giggles, hearts and roses, and nah, nah, nah. That's not what that is. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Love is when you can walk. You know you gotta walk away from a motherfucker. That
Yes.
you know it ain't nothing left there. It's as much as we try to prolong this. Nah, and that hurt. Now, Dawson, what you said, motherfucker go through heartbreak. Now that heartbreak, oh man, I gotta let you go. Not just for the love of myself, for the love of you, because I see it's not conducive to neither one of our growth. I gotta let you go. Yeah, that's some painful shit. And that ain't just in a relationship, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Shit, that's family, that's friends. Like, damn, you gotta go. And hopefully,
Exactly, for my well-being, even though some people had to do that to their parents. That's why I had to learn too of just being young and losing them so young and stuff like that. And I used to want to be like, no, that's your mama, that's your daddy. But then it's like once you see, oh no, this person is
now,
better off letting them go, whether that's their mama or not, because
now,
they don't have any good intentions.
now, my thing is with that is just don't hold no grudge. Because a lot of time, what I find is people holding grudges. Forgive that person. My whole thing is forgive that person for you. I don't say that shit of, oh, that's still your mama. That's still, I don't say that shit, but all three of us done took major losses, like when it come to people that we love. You know they ain't here no more. So that's the standpoint that I'm like, damn. Is it really that bad? Now I get it. Now if a motherfucker then like raped you or some shit like that, then I can't get off into that. You feel how you feel, but if it's just some miscommunication or some shit like that, I ain't saying let it slide, but once they close that, wind them down, close that casket, and fold all that shit up, it's over with. It's over with. You'll never be able to say nothing again. That's it. So that's why I'm like, you ain't gotta, be, uh, like you trying to be in that space all the time. Go back to what it was, but at least forgive them for your sanity, because it'll drive you crazy if you don't. So that's why I always tell people, nah, I ain't saying just let a motherfucker slide just because they family, but nah, just forgive them for yourself. Look at it from you love yourself, don't it? Forgive them for yourself. That's all. But I used to get mad when my brother used to say that shit to me. P, you know how they is. No, the fuck I don't. Why they like that? I'm not like that.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if I would say forgive certain people.
Yeah.
Um, like for instance, my little cousin cannot forgive my aunt, one of my aunts, because my grandmama was in this rehabilitation place
Mm-hmm.
and they called the ambulance to come and get my grandma. But my aunt drives the ambulance. My aunt passes a whole hospital. Matter of fact, she passed two hospitals and take my grandmama way on the south side, and then in the result of that, my grandmama died. So my little cousin cannot forgive my aunt, and this was in 2002 when my grandma died.
Right.
She can't forgive my aunt for that, and I understand it. I don't fuck with my aunt like that either, but I don't hold the same resentment that my cousin hold. Um, I'm not in her head. I don't know what was going on in her head. I was just thinking about this the other day. I don't know if she was thinking if she get her to the hospital that's closer to her house, she'll be able to come and see her more. So maybe that was the thought. Maybe seeing your mama in that situation, you not thinking properly. So for I wish for my little cousin to, I wouldn't say forgive my aunt, but to harbor less feelings for her, for my aunt, for her mental health.
I like the way you worded that better.
And you say cousin, but is that her mama or her and his mama, or it's just another aunt for both of y'all?
It's just another aunt. It was, my little cousin that had done came on the show. Her,
Oh,
it
okay, I
was,
get it.
it's yeah, it's both of our aunts. Like my mama got six, seven sisters. I don't remember no damn more. And she is the old. Well, she is the second oldest, but I think that I have to look. I can't just look at it like she intentionally caused my grandmama to die because I'm not in her head. You know what I'm saying? Even though she passed by two hospitals, but she went to the hospital that was close to her house, like 3-4 minutes away from her house. I don't think that she knew. Like my grandma wasn't in cardiac arrest or nothing on the ride there. So in my mind, I'm thinking that she's not really thinking that her mom about to die, and she just wanted maybe to get her closer to her house so she could have easier access to get there. But hey, I don't know. I can't speak for her, but I just want my little cousin just to not harbor so so much of that hurt.
Yeah. So, like I said, I like the way you worded it better. I just use forgiveness, just that's just like layman's term. But yeah, not the heart because what you said, not the harbor so much towards it because that can overcome you and like you just holding on for that for ages and stages and that's understandable. Trust me, it's so crazy how me and you, Nisha, a lot of us have a lot of stories to relate. Now, I don't know nobody to harbor nothing from this situation, but I had one of my grandma's sisters. She went through the same thing. Like she went into cardiac arrest on the way to the hospital. Like they had took her to one hospital, then they ended up trying to take her to the one uptown, but they had to turn around because it wasn't looking good. And on the way to them turning around, she passed away. But I agree with you. Don't. That's what I mean by not holding on so much just for the sake of your own mental health. That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, it's real, man.
Yeah,
We It's
yeah.
real.
Yeah, I understand it from yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I use forgive for layman's term. Like it ain't no look. It's some shit. I don't hold on to it, but it's some shit that folks did to me, friends and family. I think about that shit every day. Like it'll pop up in the back of my head, like out of nowhere. But I don't really like. I let the thought come. I acknowledge it, and I move on. Some days I might laugh. It just depends on the mood that I'm in. But that's what I mean. That's my form of forgiveness. Like it don't bother. It don't put me in a rut no more. Like if I see this person, it don't even bother me. Like I probably won't even think about it right then, but I think about it later.
Mm.
But I learned not to hold on, and then shit start to show on your face and shit. So that's why I don't like to hold on to shit. Like nah, motherfucker, I be looking like the evil wicked witch of the east, holding on to shit folk did to me. Nah, I'm good on that.
Mm. What part of Alabama you from?
Tuscaloosa,
Oh, okay.
Tuscaloosa, close. That's like close to Birmingham, but
Mm.
I got folks down in Mobile, Huntsville. Uh, Actually, I got family down in Miami. My grandma's sister, she passed away probably about 2 years ago. One of her sisters, she passed away probably about 3 years ago. She lived down in Miami. Um, yeah, her daughters and granddaughters, and she's still down there. But I ain't been to Miami. God, no, I don't think I've been to Miami since '09. I was supposed to go for my birthday, but some other shit took place, so I couldn't even go. But yeah, yeah.
Mm. Mm. That's crazy. No, I was just curious. I didn't know. I didn't know what part of Alabama you was from. Shit, I just say when you say that your grandmama aunt or something that a sister died in Miami, mine did too. My grandmama aunt died in Miami about 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
She was 96, I think.
oh, it was my Aunt Rosie. I think my Aunt Rosie was there because she like one of the oldest. Aunt Rosie was like one of the first ones to leave Alabama. Like she the oldest child, so she was the first one to leave out. Her and my grandma, they had a relationship, but it's kind of just big sister, little sister,
Mm.
talk every now and then type shit. But um
Mm.
especially as she got older. Aunt Rosie was just one of the ones who just set in her damn ways. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Mm. Let's not talk about Aunt Rosie's because my Aunt Rose, uh,
That's crazy.
she crazy. So there's something really wrong with this lady, and I really because we had a family reunion what like 2 weekends ago,
Yeah.
and she been calling for the past 2 years. This is my mama's sister.
Hmm.
She been calling my mama talking about the feds coming for you. They know what you did. So now here you go. My mama that wasn't even steal a piece of candy out the damn she was still a pack of chewing gum. My mama good and scary. And I asked her, is she really my grandmama daughter? But my mama don't do nothing wrong, period, at all.
Yeah.
But my aunt keep telling her, so my mama had to block her. I said, well, ma, how you know how to block? She talking about it. I figured it out. So I had to call my aunt and tell her to stop calling my mama with that bullshit. Be
Yeah.
calling my mama. Now my mama is sitting thinking what she talking about. So I asked my aunt. I said, where you get that from? She talk about God told her in a dream. I said, you listen to the wrong people because my mama won't do nothing. So she holding that shit. Now this was 2 years ago. My mama done blocked her. So she in there. She get there before us. She in there. So
Mhm.
she was sitting at the table with my other aunt. So I hugged my other aunt. I hugged my Aunt Rosie daughter. So I said, well, hey, auntie. She mean mugged me. She looked at me and didn't speak. My mama walked up to her. She didn't hug my mama. I said, you need to get it together. You need to get it together. I mean, it's crazy how siblings, it's not even siblings, it's just her. You know, how that connection is gone.
Yeah, yeah. I don't trust me. I relate, and on me on my daddy's side and on my mama's side of they families. Like, yeah, it's crazy to see how shit just go away. And you witness the shit and you don't even realize at the time that you witnessing the shit. Like behind sight, you like, damn, I really watched this shit unfold.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like you saw the real when it happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, the my Aunt Rosie, she was like that. She was the one that felt like she was the black sheep of the family. So that what my grandma had to hear all that bullshit. And my grandma just like, we don't even know you. And that's your choice. If you
Mm.
want to call me with this bullshit. But you know what, for my grandma, I worry with my grandma because you know I feel like she got a bit of survivor's remorse too. You know, she come from she 12 siblings, all females except for one. And she done buried majority of them. I think is one, two, three. I think it's four of them left. It's four of them left out of 12.
Mm.
Yeah. And I feel like she has a bit of survivor's remorse. And earlier when I said that, you know, she did shit for motherfuckers and they don't even acknowledge her, you know. Yeah, I'm talking about her sister's kids. She was taking care before her sister kids. A lot of them before they even passed away. My grandma and my grandfather was the one to take care of them. You know, they knew that they could come to aunt house. You know, even one cousin he just passed away. Uh, when did he pass away? There was sometime last year. My grandma opened the doors for him. He ain't had no way to go. This motherfucker in the back room smoking crack pipe. My grandma and granddaddy don't go for no shit like that. Nigga, you gotta go. What wrong with you? You can't walk up the road, nigga, and get your shit off. You gotta do this shit in the back. It's not cold outside, nigga. What you doing? So yeah, uh, it's crazy to see the family dynamics die. It's crazy to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. It is crazy. So hold on, what was I? I was thinking about. It was something about the DNA. It was something.
Hmm.
It was something about an update to the DNA that. Oh, I had an update, so I took the test, right? And
Right.
it's a update to the DNA. Now it used to say indigenous, and then it'll break it down like indigenous to the Americas. I mean
Right.
to North America, or it'll be like indigenous to Mexico. So that shit gone now. Now it don't say indigenous no more. Now it just says mine now says US and Canada.
US and Canada. So is it still hold on, wait, what? Canada? Where the hell Canada come from?
It used to be, yeah, that shit crazy. That it used to be. So now I think what ancestry doing now, ancestry just they don't really fell off. They really like I know for like I said before the first up until the third cousins
Uh-huh.
is factual. Anything after that is some bullshit because I I'm gonna show this shit here. Hold on. But this shit crazy.
I thought about using.
I think for transparency reasons, they gotta start being more accurate with their titles. But who knows?
But look at this shit. Hold on. Now this my mama's on, right?
Uh
I use hers because her Cinemorgans be closer. So
huh.
hold on. Let me go to my shit right quick. This shit crazy. Alright, that's my mama. Now that's me.
Hmm.
But I don't have no brother. But someone is my supposed to be my brother.
Yeah. This on your
That's not
daddy's
my brother.
side?
That's my first cousin. That's
Mm.
not my brother for real. That's my mama is a twin. That's my
Oh,
mama
okay.
twin. That's my mama twin son. So it looks like that's her son.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's crazy, right? How
Yeah.
twins look. Yeah.
My
So
grandma,
that's,
my grandma is a twin. Hell yeah. So yeah, that shit is crazy.
um hold on. Damn, I forgot. I ain't been on this in a minute. I be forgetting how to maneuver. Hold on.
I think you
Man,
gotta go to Origins if you're talking about where they show the DNA like regions.
But I'm trying to do it for me. Oh, I can still do it. I can still do it. I can do it for me. Hold on.
y'all know I
Okay.
ain't never did
You're right.
ancestry. I thought about doing this shit, but I ain't never did this shit before.
I just did it because my mama's side, and now I'm finding like all the people on my mama's side, we all fucked up. So they reaching out to me like, "Hey, can you help me?" And I'm like,
Bruh, the
"I'm like a
only
boss too."
with on my dad mom's side, we had somebody to reach out from New York. But like we ain't like this shit here, like we ain't like when I tell you like we ain't never like getting on the internet and hearing the Aboriginal and the Indian talk, like that shit crazy cause like I got real life documents. Like I ain't never I'm like, really? This is a talking point for people? Huh?
Uh, yeah. So yeah, they done broke it down. So it ain't just indigenous this America. They done broke it down to Canada or US for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to log into mine since I ain't paid. They ain't trying to give me nothing. Oh, God. So expensive. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, he got 2%. So now we Native Americans. Huh. I don't know. I think the whole talk about Indians and natives and Aboriginal. I think that whole conversation it maybe how some people put it. It just don't like seep in my spirit 100%. Like it's not. I just don't. I don't really fully understand as far as in who is who because on on my daddy's side, I could remember seeing a lady that looks like a straight up Native American. I'm gonna say it like that. She gave me a necklace, and I remember it because the necklace was really pretty, and she was really pretty. And I remember as I got older, I asked my daddy who this lady was, and he was like, "That's your grandmama's sister." Um, but she looked. But my daddy also said, like, I didn't get this from my grandma because I never talked to my daddy mama like that. I wasn't close with my daddy people. Um, my daddy said, um, my daddy said blue feet. Then he was like blue toes, black feet. And but we never had the. I was too young to even fathom what he was saying. I didn't think about it until I got in this community where this is talked about. This was never a conversation growing up. This was never we're this and we're that. I've never had those conversations with it, nobody. The only reason why it came up because I asked my daddy who was that, because I didn't really know. I was a child. I really didn't know who this lady was to me. But my daddy said that was my great aunt. So it hits me. I could only like I could I've learned a lot, but it never really sunk in fully because of all of the other stories, records, literature. Like, what are we? Who are we? And what does it matter? And I'm trying to put all of that together to understand if it really matters in my life or the people that's coming um after me. What really doesn't matter for real. And I'm just trying to understand that. Like I said, my fight ain't everybody fight, because I don't like when it comes to land. On my mama and daddy side, they own their land right now. They still own it. Ain't went nowhere.
Facts, Nisha. That why I be like, is it over land? Like, well, shit. If that's what it is, then I can't argue with y'all. I can't stand in the gap with y'all. If it's land. Now, if it's proper identity, okay. The federal recognition and all of that. Like, okay, let's just get to the money. Like, if they owe us some shit, okay, cool. But other than that, I don't know. I don't
Like,
know.
yeah, like some conversations I can't even listen to or be a part of because it don't hit me like that.
I
Like,
think
I'm
it
not.
changes of what it is for individuals or anything. Like for me, it's culture. That's why I'm getting kind of on the whole little thing. I mean, of just arguing it. What are we arguing about? Like at the end of the day, this is my culture, so
You know,
whatever.
don't
But
see.
for some people, it is land. For some people, it's acknowledgement or anything like that. Because some people that do have children or anything, they know that their children are going to be given that they're African on one side. So now, how do you make sure that they understand that all that history is not true?
You know, Dulcie. I want to piggyback. Nisha, you say the conversation never came up. The only time the conversation would come up with my grandmother is like during Black History Month. She'll never negate that she black. She'll never negate what I know. People have a problem with that term, but that word, but Cherokee. She always said that. I have the records to show this. Um, but the thing is like, okay, if I say to people Cherokee, and this is just on my dad's mom's side, this is just her side. If I say Cherokee, it's like, oh, you're a part of the $5 Indian. Nigga, hold on, wait a minute, wait. See, I don't like when it comes to them parts of the conversation, when it dwell off into that, I'm sorry, I might sound a little low level with the shit, but my grandma paperwork and all that shit say Cherokee and all that shit. And then we was in Cherokee territory. Then on another side of my family, we was in Choctaw territory. But when we say these names, it's like, oh, you only saying mainstream names. Like, nigga, this is what's on the paperwork. I mean, I'm only telling you what's on the paperwork. I don't know. I don't know.
That comes from people who don't understand the United States as a whole. So this whole idea of what even a confederacy is just going over their heads. But yeah, that
Right.
happens because prior to it even being the five civilized tribes, they were confederacies that other people were joining, just depending on the history, whatever region you are, really trying to protect that region. But I think that's just the main objectives is now this indoctrination that people do feel like at a loss. Some people were so indoctrinated they weren't able to have these conversations with their elders, and now their elders are passed. So that that in its own right adds a different infuri like fury and passion and different things like that, where they could be like, no, like the worst thing could be people out here trying to convince us that we're African, and they're so gun ho about it. What I'll say is it wasn't a big deal of fight between African and Indian, but my people said that they were Indian. And I
Facts.
mean, it's what it is as far as the culture. And they were like, we had culture down to my uncle ass off, make outfits, pass that down to him. And he used to make different outfits for me, depending on what was happening in school and all this other stuff. He made my little cheerleading outfit. And there wasn't literally a cheerleader squad for my brother's like football team when he was little, but I guess it was them coaching my uncle and my dad, so they just put it together a little cheerleading squad, and my uncle sold all the outfits because there was gonna be like little girls there too. So it was like, oh, y'all be little cheerleaders on the side. But yeah, so it's just some stuff for me. It's just cultural. Like I'm not gonna keep fighting about my culture. My culture is just.
Yeah, and
But
I ain't
But
what?
I
even.
do
Go
understand
ahead.
people that are like,
Oh shit. I cut through you, Dos.
Mhm.
My bad. Unmute.
no, I didn't know if it just came silent for me or Nisha, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I didn't hear your question. What did you say?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, so I've never, like I said, especially like on my mama's side,
Yeah.
I never had the conversation about who he was. I never heard the African part. I never heard the Indian situation. Never heard none of that on my mama's side. And the only little piece of Indian was on my daddy's side, but that's only because I questioned about who this lady was that I saw. But she didn't look, she looked like Native American. She didn't look like how regular I look. You could tell that she was something else. That's why I questioned my daddy on, and the man picture I just put up, that was my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I never paid attention to stuff like that growing up. Like it was never a conversation piece. It was never anything I was curious about. I used to wonder why my daddy eyes, if you can't really see his eyes on that picture, but his eyes are really light brown. And mine is brown. They're not dark, but they're not as light as his. So I was curious about little things like that and where did he get those light ass eyes from. But it was never a conversation piece and it never really meant anything to me. So the whole fight that people are having about being this and being that, I don't know. I don't understand it. Put it like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, let me ask you this, because everybody knows the Unscrambled Minds in the beginning. We were really associated with HOK, and there was like a Pan African type of aspect to us. Do you feel like when it was Pan African, you felt closer to that African ideology?
I think yeah. So yeah, of course. So in the beginning, and this was really a beginning of opening my eyes to a different way of thinking and a different way of looking at stuff. So that really got me into doing my own research. The thing that confuses me a lot is when people say, when I've heard older people say that, yeah, we got Indian in us versus we are Indians. That's what is the difference. That's things that have never heard. We are Indians versus we have Indian in us. So that's where I'm confused.
Right. And I think as there's a confusion amongst the old people. I mean, it depends on the year or whatever. I know, like for my grandma, it wasn't like we had Indian in us. My grandma was like, "I'm an Indian."
yeah.
So
That's
from
what I was saying. Yeah,
somehow it changed for me. Like I never saw my grandma as like she just overly Native American or anything like that, but she was like caramel colored and different things like that, and I was darker. So it's just like in my head of, oh well, we're darker on this side because there's some African coming in. And my grandma Indian. It just it's all convoluted, but I feel like it depends on years. It
yeah.
changed
See,
to Indian in us over time.
my grandma, my dad's mom, that's the one who say, she ain't never say in us. She said, "No, nigga, you Indian." Now, my granddaddy, her husband, he just like, you got it in you, but you got African in you too. But me, I just I was never moved by any of that shit. Like, that the slave stories. I'm just like, not what you telling me. Now, did some treacherous shit happen? Yeah, the treacherous shit still going on here today. But what you telling me? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But it's as far as in like motherfuckers like arguing over this shit, something crazy that I see now, and I wonder, do people pay attention to this? Do you see all of these like celebrities making mention of Aboriginal shit? And oh no, we not African. You ain't never heard this shit in the mainstream before for real. And now you're hearing it. I always think when some shit make it mainstream, you should be weary of it. It's some funny shit going on here. Like they trying to mislead some shit type shit. But that's just me. That could just be me in my mind. But I
No, I
don't know.
think so because there were celebrities that did it, but it was not a big deal. It was cultural. So we've always had, like, for instance, Shaka Khan. That was always her thing. She was always saying about Blackfoot, but it was just like, I guess, almost so second nature that it's in one ear, out the other. But now,
Yeah.
because they want to control the narrative, now it's like now everybody's talking about a mainstream, and yeah, I definitely think you should be wary about that. But also, Nisha, to your point, I think a lot of it changed because of the different scholars. Like I can say my daddy was John Henry Clark to the T, and I'm sure some
Yeah.
of these other people they're listening to John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, and all the books and all that. We had all of that, so and I'm not saying that's wrong because those were our those were our leader. I won't even say leaders, but teachers at a time for that, like the Stokely Carmichaels, all this other stuff. And I think all that kind of changed the way people think because it's like whether it's black, African American, all this other stuff, we're coming together to show that we're people and we're great people. We're not just slaves. We've been great, and I mean I know that that was my dad's whole thing over time with all the books of just being like we ain't start off as slaves, we ain't end as slaves. We've always been a great people.
You know what I wanted to say earlier was it was like the only draw that I had towards Africa was like on some Egyptian shit, and that's for obvious reasons. But outside of that, nah, wasn't none of that shit in my house like that. The only time that they would like do some shit is like at church. But other than that, nah, 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 nah. My folk, nah, nah, nah.
I think I just was going
My
along with the
uncle
narrative.
maybe
No, go ahead. I was just saying I think that myself
yeah going
I was just
along.
going along with the narrative of um us being slaves and wasn't because I remember me and Talk had to went back and forth many nights and I'm telling him about Savannah and he's telling me that those were not holding areas, they were for POWs. And just in my mind, knowing what I've seen growing up, and then here's someone that's telling me something way contrary to what I thought, it required me to dig into it.
Yeah,
And I'm still fully not 100% on board with all of that. So it leaves me in a bit of a uh what's the word? Kerfunkle? Is that the word I want to say? Um
Yeah,
it leaves me there because what is really the truth? Could both things be true at the same time when it comes to that? Because I'm still not 100% saying that uh, there were no slaves, and if so, how how is the separation of those Africans versus quote unquote Indians in my family? How is that separation? How? I don't know.
oh well, I don't believe there's any African slaves. I'll say that. Like I don't believe the transatlantic slave trade at all anymore. It just don't make sense. It don't make sense that even if you could get five people to survive, why would you just seek to have five people survive when you can go to the Caribbean and have 100 people survive and enslave them in America? Why would you just go all the way to Africa just to get the five people that will make it over the Middle Passage? How does that make sense? So that don't make no sense to me. The transatlantic slave trade makes no sense to me. That ain't like to me that's the hogwash. No way we African in that manner. Now, the other side of the coin, this Tartaria side, this we had an ancient network that goes further than we can even imagine or anything. Possibility, that is a possibility of why they could look so similar. If we talking about the people that this lookership that we're closest with, and that may have, even though it's not our culture, something that looks the closest to our culture, I would say it's Africans. So could they be a distant cousin somewhere down the line? That I don't know, and I'm like maybe, but yeah, the transatlantic slave trade, it just don't make no sense, and that's why even when I was in African centered studies, they would talk like that to be like, we can't make sense of the transatlantic slave trade the way they are trying to tell us it. That's where Van Sertima came in to say Africans came before Columbus, because the transatlantic slave trade, the way they say it, ain't no way.
So yeah, that's where that's why when I was asking the guy that you brought on the show, American Bloodline guy, that's why I was asking about all of the different
Yeah.
records and how can, like, who took the time to forge all of those records, listing the ship manifest. Who took their time to forge all of those documents?
But there is no ship manifest from Africa. There's only ships coming out of the Caribbean that they're calling them Guinea and all this other stuff, which could be the Caribbean at the time. That's how diabolical all it is. But yeah, there ain't no strip manifest saying that they came from Angola to Virginia. There is no such thing.
I don't know. I do think I ran across
Saying
some.
that they came from Jamaica. No, the Angola people saying that they're Angolian, but that shit came from Jamaica.
So what about the good ship Jesus?
It's coming out of the Caribbean again. Most of these places they coming out of the Caribbean.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm saying the port that it's saying it's coming from is Jamaica, Havana, Cuba, sometimes Virginia down to Jamaica, Bahamas, all this other stuff. But they don't have any. They don't have any, or coming out of Europe. But they don't have any. They're saying this is the port in West Africa that we're coming from. There's absolutely none, zero. And if you
But what
can show,
about
because I mean, you would be rich, because there is not one.
when you go to that web? So is that website that you could go and see um the where they
You mean
come and go at the,
slavevoyages.org?
the
People don't know how to break it down. That's why Sword was so great with it. That's why we got David, just because Sword ended up being so good at the website. He ended up breaking down what nobody understood what it is. But you got to change the aspect. So there's the theoretical side of the website, and then there's the actual ships that they found. So basically, when it comes to actual ship records and routes that they found, we're talking about 37,000 records that they have, but theoretical, they've grown that to 12.5 million.
how the fuck?
Exactly. So it's the same thing with DNA. They have imputed their variables just like DNA. With DNA, they'll only have this short segment of DNA. That's not enough to really tell of anything. So what they do is then stretch it out. They stretch it out by repeating the factors over and over again, and then they make inferences or guesses based on what the alleles are around a missing part to say this is the allele we think would go here. So that's what people not understanding, even reading this shit, that they're like making it up as they fucking go.
Yeah, a lot of shit is made up, and just like so, the other day I was working, and I got a message from Ancestry on my phone. Somebody leaving me, somebody left me a message. So this girl told me that, and this is why I say you can only guarantee third cousins and above. Anything below that, 15 centimorgans, that shit is not for real. And a lot of people get confused with that. But the girl said that she kin to me and my mama, but we share a common ancestor of Morris Scott, which is my daddy, great great granddaddy. So I was like, what? So I'm looking for the girl name on my phone and I couldn't find her. So I told her, I said, well, give me a minute. Let me log into my computer. Let me see if I see you. So I had to type her name in. I saw it. 9 centimorgans. I'm like, wait a minute. How the fuck you talking about you kin to me and my mama, but me and you share the same great great grandparent on my daddy's
Well,
side?
did it show the mom is connected when you look at it? I mean, does it show her on your mama's side, on your mama's
It
DNA?
it does, but it's low. It was like I had more centimorgans with her than my mama did. But this is the trick in the game when it comes to how ancestry playing now. They they made me and this girl match from a Morris Scott, which her Morris Scott and my Morris Scott, they have the same name. But as I go through her Morris Scott, it's not the same person. Her great great granddaddy is not my great great granddaddy. They had a son of a similar name, but these are not my people. As I started going through her stuff, these are not my people. My people been on their land for forever. Um, these are not my people. They just share a same name. And back then, so many people had the same damn name. That's not the crazy part. But it's the crazy part is how ancestry made us look like we matched, even though we really don't. That's crazy. But and I told her she a false match.
And you do have to do it because of the genealogists be fucking it up, all kinds of stuff. Well, I have something that's similar to that, and it's like I don't want to add it yet, but it's really close to being like maybe it's this. I just don't want to believe it. But like my second great grandmother, and I met like children over that side, my cousins and stuff, that end up being on the test. But I've been trying to find her parents, and then it was like, oh, well, she's married into the Otes. Well, it says, oh, her mom's an Ote. I'm like, no, no. Y'all must have it confused. She's married into the Otes. Her mama ain't an Ote. Y'all confusing this. But it's looking
Mm.
like it could be that literally it's like a married, she's married into the Otes and then ends up marrying the Ote. I don't know. I don't know.
Yep, yep, yep. And that happens a lot. And I just like I found out something, I confirmed something when we had our family reunion that my grandmama's granddaddy, I couldn't never find him on the census because every time I look for him, it'll pop up with white or mulatto. His parents was white. Some say mulatto, some say white on it. So I never took that as it was correct. But I'm riding there in the family reunion. I'm asking questions. I'm making speeches. I'm asking questions, and it was confirmed that I was looking at the right people. That it's a white man. He a whole white man. He's a whole white man. Not his wife was mulatto, but he was a whole white man. So yeah. So now I got to go ahead and accept that hint and and move
Yeah,
on forward.
I'll see the Odyssey when it comes on Disney Plus, or when I get my broken stick. What's that stick? Roku stick. They got all the movies on it, but yeah, that's not. I want to do something that I feel like my son will get into, and I just don't think my son will get into that. To be for it to be the first time I take him to the movies is for that. I can only bribe him with food and popcorn for so long. So,
Yeah, man. So I got to put this whole white man on my family tree.
I know it'll be a thing, but no, I know that well, the white man know it's direct lineage or it's just on your tree.
I haven't put it on there yet, but um, since I've learned that information, I really haven't even been on it. But I'm gonna
Like,
go
'cause
ahead
I
and
swear when I first started and I was first getting people or whatever, and then I was like on the lower levels of my daddy's side, this white man came up and he like was like, oh, he had all my dad's brothers and my uncles and all this other stuff on the tree. So I'm like, is this dude a genealogist? What's going on? Because what if Harpo, who is this man? So I'm looking more anything and stuff like that. And his last name's Wesley. And now I finally found him. I think it's like a year later. I still don't know exactly where I mean, I honestly haven't reached out to him or tried to see where he became in the line. But I have found my Wesleys to be like, okay, this is where there's a whatever, a divide or whatever that y'all where this white man coming out of and I'm coming out of as well.
yeah, yeah. I just got to because I was wondering, some of my grandmama cousins and stuff. Like, and the thing about it is, I don't understand that. Well, I guess you could look. I guess you could look at. Oh shit. I guess you could look. You can't take phenotype and look at the heart. You really can't because if my grandmama mama was half white and my grandmama blacker than Huda Duda Buddha and her daddy was supposed to be a red man, I ain't understanding. And her daddy is who they say he is because his people pop up. So I don't even know. I don't know no more. All of this shit here is crazy, man. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Genealogy work take so much of time and energy, and for people to say that they got it right within the first year, I ain't believing it. I ain't believing that shit. This shit is a lot of work. It's a lot of verifying, fact checking. So to say that you did your whole genealogy in a year, you must be ain't been doing nothing else
Ain't
but
no
that.
and they ain't no doing your whole genealogy. I don't believe nobody that says, oh, I'm done. There ain't no way. Even people
Exactly.
that are back in the 1300s, I know they're not done on lines and all this other stuff. So they ain't no, oh, I'm done. And when people be like, I'm done, I know they just gave up to be like this. But even
Yeah.
if you gave up on genealogy to be like archaeology, me and Lucky were kind of talking about that last night. And that's where I am with the whole archaeology type thing. If you are more indulged into archaeology, I want you to uh, uh, be something like you have to have some, not archaeologists, but you got to have people that are engulfed in doing the research themselves for me to believe it because I already know they behind their ass off when it comes to archaeology, so I don't trust it. And then you're trying to tie yourself back to a million years ago, 500,000 years ago. This just to me just seems impossible.
Yeah, I don't understand all that shit they crazy. So it's oh it's a pastime for me for real. and I enjoy it, but and I'm really doing it just to. I really got into it just to find out what my mama real last name supposed to be because it ain't what they said it was. My great grandmama was a freak bitch, and her mama was a freak bitch, and y'all can say what y'all want to say about that, but as me uncovering all of these records and seeing that how they been playing these games with last names and mess with this man, but had all their kids last name as this man, and that's not even all they daddies. How they play like that, just how these bitches play like that today, ain't nothing changed. So. And that's probably why my great grandma is buried above the damn ground so we could bust that shit open and take her damn DNA. I'm telling you, people be playing games. Knowing good and damn well my mama last name should not be Belton. My mama daddy is somebody that's already in the family. On one side of him. Yep. Humble. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Savage. Navy wasn't here for a minute. I appreciate the couple of people that is hanging around. I guess if I come on more, I'll grow more, but
Yeah, it's about being consistent, pushing it out there, different things like that. But since I've been watching, it was Streamers University. I think it started last week, but I've been really watching it this weekend. I'm really thinking about Streamers Nursing Home. Shout out to Smoke and Superman. But I'll figure out how we're gonna do it. And Streamers Nursing Home will be coming to you soon.
what the hell is Streamers Nursing Home? What is that?
Well, the kids, they're just, they're young and they're streamers and all this other stuff. So they come into Streamer University kind of to learn and collaborate and all this other stuff. But we not young anymore. So I feel like we need a streamers nursing home where we can do the same.
Oh.
No, but it was cool. It was cool. So basically, because it's Kai Sanat, and he's done well, and really he not alone. He had a group AMD or AMP. So that's how their claim to fame was a group of them and them doing different things. They had their own channels and then they worked together. So it ended up making the whole unit successful. So that's what Streamer University, they basically, I think, rent out a university for real or old school with dorms and stuff. And then they come in for like 5 days and they all do stuff with each other, hang out with each other while they're all streaming at the same time. So it's like you can get all these different vantage points based on who's live you're checking in with, and everybody's live at the same time. So yeah, it's a shout out to him. It's a great idea. Right, at least give us assisted living. Okay, I got you. Streamers assisted living. We got this. But poor K Dub, we gonna make her a nurse. We gonna put her in some scrubs. We gonna get her into work.
That's funny. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
But honestly, it is how we collab. It's doing this, but it's also us being consistent. But all of us, you, me, Humlin, K Dub, as Savage grows, different things, if we really figure out a way to utilize these collaborations for our benefit, that's going to just help us grow more. And of course, we need to think about what we want to push, like what kind of brand deals, what is our brand, stuff like that. But I didn't even know this is from JB doing the homework in the background that I've never done. So he was saying that information actually gets paid more on YouTube than entertainment. So, an entertainment channel, what you say, baby? It was 3 cents, 2 to 3 cents per 1,000 views, but information is 10 to 12 cents per
Hmm.
1,000 views. So you get paid more for information, but now got to figure out what YouTube considers information.
I'm wondering if it's like more so of DIY, um, like those mechanic channels, um, how to's. Huh. Interesting. Maybe I could do a live from time to time
And I
showing.
need to look into Twitch because he was like, "Yeah, we need to just go to Twitch." Period. I'm like, "Yeah,"
That's
and you
the
know everybody knows
gaming
I do
platform.
TikTok. I
That's the
guess
gaming
not
platform,
though.
right?
Not just gaming. It's not just. There's a granny on it. Shout out to what's her name? Granny Puzzles. What's her real name? But she just does puzzles and talks to people or whatever. But she's doing it on Twitch and YouTube, I believe. And she just recently went up to, I think she was saying, went from 20 to 50,000 subscribers. I just love puzzles.
Mm.
But she's been working with this whole Streamers University and all this other stuff. So collaboration is key. How we use our collaboration is gonna get us out there. But I think Twitch can be for other things than just gaming. But let me do my research and then we'll figure everything out. Obviously, TikTok is another place where people just talk.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure. I like the game. I play games. I play those are the only games that I motherfucking play. Is I like I like Madden and Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
Oh yeah, that's my game. Some Injustice. That is my game.
Oh, don't make me bring the don't make me bring the I'll bring my PS4.
Bring it. You better bring it. Come on.
Okay. I'll bring my PS4 then. Cause I love Injustice. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. I like shit like that. So how would I go to Twitch and show that I'm playing my game? I would need a camera
Yeah,
facing my
that's what you have
TV.
to ask the kids. That's why I'm saying the assistant living because yeah, that's like when we need to call up Lucky and figure out, hey Lucky, how we set this up so someone can see Nisha play the game.
Right. Yeah, what how I need to do that? What kind of equipment that I need? Cause I'll get it now. And I'll sit right here and play my damn Injustice. And you know what? I never go online to play with nobody. Like if I ain't got nobody to play with, then I just play against the computer. And I'm tired of whipping the computer ass. But I just never My husband used to go online and play like his grandkids and stuff, but I just never went online to play nobody. Hmm. Now I'm trying to think on how I'm gonna be able to show it and everything. Maybe when StreamYard says that second camera, maybe that second camera is what I'm gonna need. Hmm. Maybe that is what they mean. Now I'm interested. Now I want to do it. Now I want to play Injustice or Mortal Kombat, like fighting games.
That'd be good too, like to bring that. Because that'd be a cool thing too. People are asking if we would go live or anything. I think we should. I think we should all go live. So like
I
you
was
can see
thinking that
live
too.
from the video game, live from me in the kitchen, live from whatever. So you just seeing multiple vantage points.
Right, and I think damn near everybody that's coming got a channel except for a couple of people, and I think everybody should go live on their own channel. Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be fun. Hmm. It is. It is July the 19th. July, August. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. Oh, the people that plan on coming got their plane tickets together. Time winding down. It'll be here before you know it. Put that out there in the world. Humbling.
Right. Yeah, I think we probably will have another meeting coming up this week or so since the first payment is that first week or the second week in August. August,
Second week,
yeah, second
14th.
week. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna know for sure then. Hmm. We're gonna know for sure. Savage must be have a delay, or he must be back and forth on Smoke Channel.
Yeah, I think they on smokes arguing about something. You know how they normally are.
Yeah, yeah, it's good for them. All that, all that arguing sometimes gets on my nerve. You know, especially hearing Root voice all the goddamn time. Sometimes I just think sometimes he just be wanting to goddamn scream and yell for no damn reason at all. It don't even be a reason half the time. Cause I done heard
Uh,
him act like he got some sense.
Sin, yeah, but in his defense, there's a couple of them. They all do, but ain't a Hebrew night. It's a root. Let's see, root, Aton, which they both fall in that category. I think it's Darvis on the bottom, and then the regular Superman, Sister there, and Smoke.
Mm, mm,
So all I can see is Plum Mounds is on the screen. Plum Value Mound. Oh, it just went away. Oh, and I lied. It's Derek. It's not Darvis.
Yeah.
So what would you have been before 1776? What is an American? Shout out to Derek.
Oh, did y'all hear that?
What hear what? I didn't hear it.
Oh, so oh, okay. I'm still learning this StreamYard thing. You know, I just
Press something.
Not Chris.
If you know about building, if you ever built a house, you know about an A-frame. The A-frame is the strongest point of the home.
Now, Aton,
That's the
why
strongest building points of a
would
pyramid.
we have to align with the stars? Why? Because everywhere in America sit next to a river. A river. And if you don't know what day that moon is full, or that sun and the purple planet and the green planet align, your city will be
That-
fucked up.
That's my theory, Smoke. As the same pyramids in the South of
You niggas
America.
cannot answer 2 second grade questions, bro. I asked you what did it align with.
What do you mean, what did it align with?
Make it make sense. Then
What
that
do you
makes
mean?
our
The fact that it
pyramidal
all
structures
aligns
over
with
here
the solar
great, because
system?
we the ones who were studying the stars up on them great pyramid
We
structures.
all know. If you shut the fuck up for a second, you
Bro, I
ignorant
am
ass.
shutting up, bro. Why don't you
Okay,
learn
well, shut
the
up.
science
Because I'm
before you
trying
start
to tell
speaking some
you
shit around
that
me,
you
bro? I don't care
started
how
it
mad
all.
you get.
You
I asked you a
dumbass
simple
bitch.
question. What is this shit
Nigga, I've
aligned
answered
with?
the question.
So that means I
You
stunned you. I
started
really
it all.
stunned you. Like,
There's
bro,
nothing
that's what
without
children
you.
do, get mad when they get taught something.
Okay, well, shut the fuck up and you'll
No,
listen to
you
what I'm telling
are
you.
a student, bro.
Man, shut the fuck up, man. You a white bitch
All
lover.
right, I'm shutting up, Athon. My fault, bro.
All right,
But
cool.
I'm dead serious though. You need to stay your student ass in your place, but I'm gonna fall back.
Man, fall the fuck back. All you dumb motherfuckers out here thinking you learned some shit because you read it in a book. Look at the work. The work says it started right here and went throughout the world. This is our world. We developed and civilized the whole earth first. Period.
Where's the proof that we civilized the world with our mounds? Where is the proof at, Athon, unless you're following the root word, unless you're following the student of root words? Where's your proof at, motherfucker? And you have none. That's this little ass student. I'm gonna ask you one time, where's your proof that we went around the world and did anything with the mounders?
Well, if you look at the earthworks, it started with the pyramid structure. Actually, it's called a foundation. The foundation of the A-frame is actually started with the mound builders. The mound builders took the A-frame and put it in block form, which is called a pyramid. And when they mastered that, they built the Capitol buildings, you fucking idiot, and then put the principle of it in the front, all throughout the world. Because all those buildings got the same pyramid in the front of them.
So you saying that
Berlin, Russia, America, Africa, nigga, all of them. Australia.
so you
That's
saying
the work.
all the castles and all the pyramids are built on the mounds? That what you said? Bitch, I asked you a question, you little bitch.
All right.
Right.
Well,
Just a whole bunch of cussing and yelling for no reason. What is happening?
oh Lord, that goddamn root, I swear, boy. I don't know what the fuck be wrong with him. He don't have
Yeah,
the damn.
he be doing the most.
Yeah. Well, shit, I wasn't planning
I
on
am about to
you
die
know.
too. So, yeah.
Yep. I'm about to get off. I wasn't planning on being on here this long. I'm gonna try my best to come on live at least one more time this upcoming week. Try to at least do a once a week, at least once a week at the least. So try to get my little
Yes, even
consistency up.
and he was giving me an idea where start tag teaming conversations like conversations we know gonna be long or have multiple parts. Part one on one channel, part two on another, part three on another. So we can start collabing together, building up all our channels all together. It's been so for me. Like y'all are really inching me to 500 for real. No, I think now I want to stay away
You're
from
not clear. I don't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, my bad. I think that was my headset. I was saying that David was saying we need to start having like multiple part conversations where we utilize the different channels, like start on my channel, part one, go to your channel, part two, K Dub's channel, part three, Humlin's channel, part four, and collab that way, of just conversations. I also was saying, everyone like, share, subscribe. People have been inching mine to get to this 500 mark, but I think I'm 23 subscribers away. So, you know, we'll just keep building, keep collabing with each other, and get to that 500 mark.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. All right, well, y'all have a good night. I got to get myself together for the work week. That don't take much. I work from home. I ain't gotta do nothing but wake up, get on the computer. Oh, I love it, man. I swear the best thing is working from home. I swear it is.
It really is. So I got to talk. Well, I will never work from home, but I'm going to see my manager if he'll do this thing for me that he did last week and give me a day at home. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Did you put your PTO in?
It won't even let me put it in yet.
Oh,
I think it has to be probably next month. It was saying that
oh, okay.
it was too far out. But yeah, as soon as it is, I'm gonna put it in.
All right. All right. Well, let's set up I guess we could do a meeting like I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I'll talk to you and I'll see you tomorrow.
Really see who's real or not. So we'll have the
Yeah.
accurate number. We know like
Yeah.
some people really come. Jazzy really. All right.
Oh, did he do that?
Bye, peace. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, she got her flight.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. All right. Well, shit. That's good. That sounds good. All right. Well, we'll get up. We'll touch base. We'll talk about it. And everybody have a great night. And shit. That's it. I ain't got no outro song and no shit like that. I ain't got none of
Peace
that
and
shit.
love. Good night. Peace, Nisha.
All right. Peace, Dulcie, and thank you. And we are leaving for tonight. I appreciate everybody who came to stop by. We will be in touch soon, so stay tuned. And everybody have a good night.